In many of the newspapers today, there was an article entitled Tot Beauty Pageant in Ugly Hotel Row. And the article claims that a child beauty pageant hoping to hold a contest here has been given the thumbs down by Irish hotels. Chiefs of the Texas-based Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant want to host their event in this country in November. But difficulties in landing a venue, despite difficulties landing a venue, bosses claim that they have had an avalanche of applications from parents desperate for us to come to Ireland. And I'm joined on the line by Annette Hill, who is the boss woman of this beauty pageant. Annette, good evening to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem at all. Now, Annette, I'm interested. I was talking to you earlier on to hear you say that next to America and Australia, the most interest that you have had in your beauty pageants is from Ireland.
Yes, Ireland is our third largest fan base, and we're so excited to come to Ireland. Ireland is a beautiful, beautiful country, and I'm very excited to bring in Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant there.
Now, as you know, certainly the articles in the paper today were claiming that hotels don't want you, which might be an indication that perhaps these beauty pageants aren't wanted in Ireland. What do you say to that?
I did not say that the hotels didn't want me. What I indicated was that hotels are like, yes, Annette, we would love to host your pageant. However, because of what the media is saying about children beauty pageants and the negative concept y'all are reflecting around children beauty pageants, they don't want their business being backlash with negative media, which is totally understandable as a business. But just to ease your mind, since this morning, because of the article, we've gotten, I want to say right now, just about 6 hotels have called and said, come here. We'll be more than happy to host your beauty pageant.
Now, there is an awful lot of controversy about beauty pageants like yours, highlighted very famously in programs like Toddlers and Tiaras. And a lot of people find the whole idea of a beauty pageant for young children somewhat grotesque. What do you say to that?
Well, children's beauty pageants have been around for 50 years. So
maybe not in this country. They haven't been in this country.
Okay. But if they were so grotesque, we would not be having a pageant every day here in America. And it is, growing internationally. I wouldn't come all the way from the U.S. to come host a pageant in Ireland if there wasn't a demand for it.
And when you say demand, what are we talking? Are you telling me that you will be oversubscribed with children waiting to take part in your beauty pageant if and when you come to Ireland?
Oh, yes. You better believe it. We've had over 300 inquiries from parents saying, send me the application. I'm ready for Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant to come to Ireland. Yes, definitely. Okay,
now tell me what you want from children in these beauty pageants.
There's three competition phases. We have the formal wear competition, and our beauty pageant is for all ages, babies, toddlers, teens, and adults. And we also have the talent competitions for the ages that are 4 and up.
Okay, so you've formal wear, then what?
Formal wear competition. We also have the talent competition.
Okay, talent competition. What does that entail? Basically anything that you might see on America's Got Talent?
Somewhat, but a lot of the inquiries we got from the talent competition is Irish dancing, and I cannot wait to see what they have to offer as far as talent.
Okay, and then what? So, if a child takes part in the beauty pageant, what, they will be expected to dress up in formal wear, and that's getting their hair done and getting their makeup done and all of that?
Definitely, of course, depending on what age that is.
Okay, and then doing a bit of talent.
Yes, and we even have an interview section as well for the older contestants, the teenagers, and we got quite a bit of those as well.
Now, when it comes to teenagers, I think a lot of people maybe don't have as much of a problem. What they seem to have a problem with is younger children. And the concern with regard to younger children is this whole notion of sexualizing young children. What do you say to that criticism?
You know what? I said, oh, my goodness, please, seriously. If you're looking at a child in a sexual way, something is wrong with you. You're disturbed in the brain. What is wrong with a mother saying, you know what, I love my daughters. They're so beautiful. I just want to be a proud mama, enter a contest and have fun with mommy and me and show the world how beautiful my kids are. I competed my daughters when they were 6 months old. But
6 months old?
6 months old, up until the point when they were 4 and 5, and they told me they didn't want to compete in pageants anymore. And, of course, I told myself I would never be a stage mother because my mom was a stage mom. So it is a waste of everybody's money and time to try to compete any child in something they don't want to compete in. We don't condone that.
Now, over the years, there has been an awful lot of negative publicity surrounding these beauty pageants. And, of course, the infamous case of 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey being killed in Colorado 15, 16 years ago. It brought an awful lot of negative publicity onto pageants like this. You don't see any link between that tragic murder and what pageants like yours do?
No, absolutely not. What happened to the beautiful JonBenet was a hobby that she was in as far as beauty pageants and as well as other hobbies she was in. Stop blaming child beauty pageants for a tragic situation that happened.
Going to take your calls now. Sarah, you're on FM104. How are you, Sarah?
Hey, Adrian. I think it's disgusting. I just texted in there and I said I think that you are sexualising them.
All right, so that was your comment that I read out. I saw your text a while ago. You think that this is sexualising young children?
Yeah, I mean, what are kids going to think if they have to have their fake tan on, they have to have little skirts on, they have to have their hair done, their makeup done to win?
Okay, Annette.
We have freedom of speech. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If she doesn't agree with children beauty pageants, that's absolutely fine. I'm not here to debate the issue with her. That's her opinion, and that's not mine. And thank you for your opinion. That's why we're able to talk today on the radio.
But what is your argument, though, Annette? I know we did deal with this, but you believe that it is wrong for people to see this in any way as sexualising young girls?
I think that's absolutely crazy. Why would you look at a child in a sexual way? Again, that is disturbing. We're providing a service that the parents want, or again, we will not be coming to Ireland. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. No problem. But we have
type of mindset?
What do, or we would not be coming.
And what type of mindset are you in if you think a child has to have their makeup and their tan and everything done up to look good? I think kids are much nicer looking. They look cuter when they're themselves. Why do you have to get them all done up? The whole thing about the mothers, they're pushy mums that are on them shows on toddlers and tiaras, and they're giving out to them. And most of the kids are crying; they don't want to do it. It's like the mothers are living their dream. And they're getting money for it as well, which is another thing that I don't agree with.
Okay, and as I indicated before, Toddlers and Tiaras is a sensationalized entertainment TV show, just like the Jersey Shore. People watch the Jersey Shore because you have young kids that are fighting and doing all kinds of crazy mess. They tune in to see that. You tune in to watch Toddlers and Tiaras because you want to see that, or it would not be the #1 rated entertainment television show out there.
So are you saying that what I see on Toddlers and Tiaras doesn't go on?
I said that's 1% of what you see is what I indicated earlier.
Well, I still think if there's 1%, then it's still wrong. Why are the mothers? I know that, but that's why we're on the show and that to tell each other our opinions. And I think it's wrong.
I'm not arguing that. I said thank you for your opinion.
Okay, thanks for yours.
Okay, but Annette, you must be, I don't know if you get so much negativity in the States as you do outside of the States. Maybe it is...
We hardly don't ever because, again, we have a pageant every day here in the United States. Every day. Okay,
so it's something that you're a lot more used to than we are here. Obviously, people are concerned. They see this as being potentially dangerous. They see, they find it...
I'm laughing about that. Why in the world would you consider a competition for children dangerous? Do you consider that for gymnastics? Do you consider that for ballet or cheerleading? There's a show that's about to get ready to come on TLC right now that's going to showcase cheerleading in a way you've never seen before. Then the uproar will go to that subject. When that changes, it will go to football. When that changes, it will go to soccer. Why don't you have faith in the parents who want to compete their kids in whatever they want to? It's their hobby. They want to do what they want to do with their children.
Well, let me ask you, Sarah, what do you think? And
they want to do.
Annette has said, and I've only your word to take on this, that she has had the most popular interest in the States, Australia next, and then Ireland third. She's had hundreds of inquiries about a beauty pageant here in Ireland. What do you think of parents who are queuing up to put their kids into a young beauty pageant?
They sound like just little wannabes, like, because they're watching this on TV with the toddlers and tiaras, and it's like a novelty or something to have your child in a beauty pageant. But like Annette said, you'd have to have a sick mind. But there are people out there with sick minds, and I think that they are sexualising them. I think if they were putting the kids in a show to do it, just like a talent show, that would be fine. But what I don't understand is why they have to do them up, and they're judging them on their looks and how good they look in a bikini and how good they look.
Well, I don't know. Do you do bikinis or anything like that?
No, we don't do bikinis. We do swimsuits. Why do you have makeup and hair wigs and false eyelashes and fake hands and Irish dancing?
I've gone to Irish dancing. It's the wigs.
Okay.
But that's a tradition. The wigs is a
Well,
tradition.
it's a tradition in the
Let me
US
finish
for
my
beauty
point.
pageants.
I was trying to say, that the wigs is a tradition. That's what they do, and the dresses as well. But they're not showing off they're not showing off their bodies. The dresses go well past their knees, and it's a dance. They are being judged on their dancing, not how they look.
And that
Although I have to say, Annette, just on that point, some people over the last few years have had an issue with the whole wigs thing as well, that it's become more like a beauty pageant than an Irish dancing event, certainly with some of them, and something we've talked about on this programme before. Stay there for a second. Let me go to Anne. You're on FM104, Anne. How are you?
Hi, Adrian.
Good. Now, what did you want to say on this, Anne?
Hi. Hello, Annette.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. First of all, I just want to say that I love the Americans, and I don't have a bad thing to say about them. But I totally disagree with these pageants. Not just in Ireland, all over the world, really, wherever they may have them. First of all, the first comes into my mind all through the years when you hear or read in the books and stuff about, or the papers about these beauty pageants, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old children, especially girls, and all the makeup on them and the tight clothes and everything. And the first thing comes into my mind is Joe Bennett, and I've never forgotten that, and so I totally disagree.
But the argument here is, Anne, I mean, that's Jean-Benet Ramsey, 1996, 16 years ago. And what did it really have to do with her being in a beauty pageant anyhow?
Well, her mum was, her mum was in beauty pageants herself. Lord rest her, she died since. And so she, put her daughter through it. And so just like Annette there, her mother put her through it, and she put her own daughter through it. As she just said there, her daughter didn't want to do it anymore. But I think it's just a money-making scam, really, and exploiting young children at an early age.
Okay, what would you say to that, Annette? A money-making scam exploiting children at a young age?
Well, again, thank you for your opinion, but that's not the situation with the Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant. And again, let me just let you know, Britney Spears competed in children beauty pageants. Justin Timberlake competed in beauty pageants. And these are recent celebrities. Katy Perry competed in children beauty pageants. I don't see anything wrong with them.
Well, look what happened to Britney Spears alone. I mean, look at her now. She's mad.
Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for your opinion. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, Annette.
Sinead, you're on FM104. How are you, Sinead?
Hello. Hi.
Now, Sinead, you don't see what the big deal is here.
I don't see what the big deal is whatsoever, no. I had my daughter in for competitions since the time she was 4. And because she was stunning looking, I just wanted to show her off to the whole world.
And what sort of competitions did you have her in?
I had her in, she used to go into the competitions in Mosney every single year, and she won, actually every year she won.
Okay. So, but no,
The year she won. I brought her to a few competitions in London and she won those.
and were these beauty pageants like the American ones?
Not exactly like them, no. It was a beauty and it was a princess and holiday princess and head to toe and beautiful hair and lovely legs and all that kind of thing. She won the lot.
And, no, sorry, Anne, are you still there? Oh, no, she's not there. It's
Yes,
the
I'm here.
no, Annette, sorry. I wanted to talk to that lady Anne who was on a moment ago. You wanted to basically show off your daughter because she was so beautiful.
She's stunning, yeah.
And again, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with a mom saying, "Oh my God, my daughters are so beautiful. My son is so handsome. I'm just happy to have mama and me time and be on stage and do family bonding." What is wrong with that? Nothing.
We were very close, and then I have her in Irish dancing since she was 4, and she's still Irish dancing, and she's in her 20s.
Wow. Well, what is your name again?
Sinead.
Sinead, I want to give you a complete free entry to come compete at our Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant.
I would love to.
Thank you so much
I would
for being
love
on my
to.
side and trying to explain to everybody. But again, to each his own. But I would love for your daughter to come compete.
I'd
again,
love
it's
to.
all ages, from toddlers.
I'd love to.
Thank you so much. You have
And I know she'd love to do it, and she's in Irish dancing at the minute, and she absolutely loves it. I never.
Can I ask you, Sinead, what do you make of the negative publicity surrounding stuff like this, where this organisation has had difficulty getting hotels to take them because of the possible negative backlash to it? Sorry, I can't hear you, Sinead. Oh no, what have you done with your phone?
Hello?
That's better.
Hello?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything negative with it, because if the parent is with the child all the time, nothing can happen to the child. And I don't believe in them parading them up and down in bikinis or anything, but a little swimsuit, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. She has worn swimsuits for these competitions and won, but I was with her at all times, and I knew there was nothing going to happen to her.
Okay, and you don't see it as in any way bad parenting or...
No, I don't think so.
Okay, stay there for 1 second. Michael, you're on FM104. How are you, Michael?
How you doing, all right?
Now, it's different strokes for different folks and all that, but you heard that lady Sinead's reaction when Annette said have a free entry to our beauty pageant later on this year, and Sinead, you're delighted.
Yeah, but to be honest, Adrian, I think it's a market to feed paedophiles sexual orders, and I just think it's wrong for young kids to be paraded around the stage like that. You don't have to show off how beautiful your kid is. If your kid's beautiful, it's beautiful. You don't need to put them in swimsuits on the stage in front of any sort of weirdo sitting in a crowd. You don't need to be doing that, and I think it's sick.
Well, what about that, Sinead? If your child is beautiful, your child is beautiful, end of story.
End of story. I had her in everything. I have her in everything. I have her singing also. I put her, got a tutor for singing when she was 6, and she still has the tutor and still singing. And she's an amazing singer.
Sorry, Michael?
Singing and dancing is one thing, but putting your kid on a stage, spray tanning your kid, and putting it in bikinis, it's just sick. There's no need for that. And I think that there's something wrong with the parents who go ahead and put their kids up on a stage.
Well, there was no
showing
bikini.
off the weirdos like that.
There was no bikini, but there was swimsuits.
There was a
Swimsuit,
swimsuit,
same
yeah.
thing. Swimsuits.
We
put a 4 or 5-year-old in a swimsuit.
and also
Put them in a swimsuit to go swimming. You don't put them in a swimsuit to walk up and down the stage for any weirdo sitting down there looking at them.
Sorry, Annette, you're trying to get back in. Go on.
Yes, sir. With our swimsuit competition, we make sure that everybody wears a one-piece. It's not a two-piece or anything like that.
What's the point in putting them in a swimsuit? Why would you
And
put a
it's
kid in a swimsuit other than to go swimming?
Okay, but in
Their bodies haven't fully formed. There's no need for people to be looking at them. I don't see the need for it, and I think it's wrong. And I think you're wrong for running a competition like this. I don't think there's any need for it.
Well, apparently, there's a demand for it, Michael, by all accounts.
Yeah, a demand for some people to feed what's in their head. That's where the demand is, not for normal people. And it's mostly mothers who would want to do this.
But it is, Sinead, he's basically saying this isn't for normal people. Why would you want to do that to your daughter?
Well, I just thought from an early age, I just thought she was so stunning. I just wanted the whole world to have a look at her because she was beautiful. And she still is. She's more beautiful now than she ever was.
Now, there you are, Michael. She's a proud mammy and she wanted to show her off.
Yeah, that's fine, show her off, but she's putting her up there to be seen by the wrong type of people. And like, that happened. Was it in America that a young girl was kidnapped? That was a beauty pageant child and murdered?
Yes. Back in 1996.
Yeah, even still, it's getting worse out there, Adrian. And why would you expose your child or open your child up to the possibility of something like that happening? I understand why people do Irish dancing and hip hop dancing and all, but spray tan, put your kid up on the stage. I've seen that toddlers and tiaras once or twice, and I wouldn't watch it again. I have no need to watch it, and I don't know why people put their kids through that. I think it's sick, to be honest with you. And I think the people who put their kids through it are depraved in a weird way. I don't know what needs they have, but they're feeding some weird need that I don't think that a normal person should have.
Let me ask you this realistic concern, Annette, that amongst your audience you may have a number of perverts just there to watch the show.
Stop it. We don't have perverts to come to pageants. You know what? You have children beauty pageants there already in Ireland. You have a handful of pageants there.
Can I ask you, if I wanted to go and watch one of your pageants, could I go and watch it?
Between me coming and the pageants that you already have there in Ireland.
Well, if you had a pageant here, could I go and see it?
When we have our pageant in Ireland, let me just let you know, it is strictly for the parents, family, and friends of those contestants. It is a closed event.
How do you know if it's a friend? How do you know it's a friend of a contestant?
The question is, Annette, with the beauty pageants that you organise in America and that you're planning to bring here to Ireland, how can parents be assured that there's not going to be some sort of a sexual deviant in the audience?
Well, how can you assure a person coming to your radio station that a pervert is not going to look at one of your associates' kids sitting on the couch waiting for them to meet mommy or daddy?
It's slightly different when you have children dolled up with makeup and dresses, beautiful dresses and swimsuits and everything else.
Not at all.
Come here and tell you something, look. Come here and tell you something, look. If a pervert wants to look at a website, see a woman to feed a sexual need.
Radio studio, you have perverts everywhere. It's not just a pageant.
Yeah, you're right. You're dead right. You do have perverts everywhere. You said it.
And if
you have perverts everywhere, and you're putting kids in swimsuits on stage for perverts to have a look at. Why would you want to do that?
Are you a pervert?
No, I'm not a pervert. That's the whole argument. That's my whole argument. Why would you put a kid up in a swimsuit? You just said it there. There's perverts everywhere. So why would you put a kid in a swimsuit on stage for perverts to be looking at? Sorry?
Would you look at a child in a sexual way?
No, I wouldn't. But there is people out there that would.
What makes you think the parents are there to look at their kids or their grandfathers?
I never said the parents were there to look at their kids.
No, that wasn't the question he asked. How can you assure people that the people in the audience are all just family and friends of the child on stage?
We've been doing pageants for 18 years. My goodness. How can you assure the same thing? How can you assure that when you walk out on the park at the beach?
Yeah, but when you walk out in the park and the beach, your kids are fully clothed.
Oh, my goodness. Stop it. You're being delusional in the brain.
You're them and doing them up with makeup. You're tying their hair up, doing all sorts of stupid things to kids that are 4 and 5 years of age that it shouldn't be done to until they're 17 or 18 when they're starting to go out and socialise as adults. You don't do that to a child.
Well, that's your opinion, and thank you for calling in. Next caller.
She doesn't want to talk to you. Connor, you're on FM104. How are you, Connor?
Oh, about time. How are you?
Grand, thank you, Connor. What did you want to say on this?
God, all that, I nearly forgot what I was going to say. First of all, what a sick country she's from, right? A lot of these things have come from America that we have now. They've influenced other countries in this sick, barbaric act.
A sick, barbaric act?
She is a sick woman, a pervert.
No, that's a disgraceful thing to say.
How in the world am I a pervert? I don't get
kids at 3 and 4. Kids at 3 and 4 years of age. How dare you?
Stop it now.
Well, hang on for 1 second. Connor, I have to point this out to you. This lady doesn't go and drag children off the street. These are children who...
She's not stopping it.
Hang on for 1 second. These are children whose parents choose to put them into these beauty pageants.
It's documented fact. See the parents in the audience. They're egging the kids on to dance in a sexual way and all this movements and all.
Yeah. How is that Annette's fault?
It's her fault for it to happen, to be part of it.
Me and the millions of other...
The parents of these kids are as sick as the people that run them.
Well, what about, let me ask you a question. What about competitive cheerleading and dance? They have...
Well, that cheerleading and bands, that's all innocent. That's an innocent hobby.
Makeup and tans, the exact same thing.
No, they're wearing these uniforms. That's all innocent hobby.
Uniform, a uniform showing all of their belly and booty shorts, that's a uniform?
Well, maybe in America, but elsewhere they're pretty clothed.
Okay, I don't know what cheerleading competitions you've been watching, but okay.
I don't particularly watch them day by day, to be honest, but I'm just telling you what they look like.
Okay, you find this whole idea of dressing up little girls, putting makeup on them, putting them in lovely dresses, putting them in swimsuits, blah, 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 blah. You find that whole notion just disgusting, do you?
Well, like most things out of America, sick, yeah.
All right, let me go to... Sorry, go on, Annette.
This is not about American or Irish. This is about parents putting their children in beauty pageants. Don't make it a race issue. That's stupid. Get off the phone if you're going to be doing that.
What's your name? You're not going to listen, are you?
Goodbye.
There you go.
Next caller, please.
She hasn't a clue.
Sarah, you're on FM104. How are you, Sarah?
Hey, Adrian.
Good, Sarah. Now, it says on my screen here that your daughter was in a pageant last week.
Yes, she was, Adrian. And she won it. It was her fourth pageant, and let me tell you, it wasn't as far-fetched as the American one. There was no fake tan, there was no makeup, there was no belly showing, nothing of the sort. She didn't have to dance, do anything.
So what did you have to do?
She just had to do normal catwalk. And it was just casual wear, formal wear, and party wear. And she loved it. Now, I've noticed a big change in my child's confidence since then.
A big change.
Right.
Now, tell me, Annette, how yours might differ.
Well, anytime we go to any area that's outside of the U.S., we always accommodate to that area. Again, we don't require people or contestants to put on fake tans or hair or makeup or any of that. If the parents want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But remember, we have three sections. We have the interview, we have talent, and we also have formal wear competition. It is just not a beauty pageant. We have other forms of competition as well. When I competed in pageants, every pageant I entered, I always won the interview competition all the time. And that builds confidence. That builds social skills. We're here to give the parents a good time, having mommy and me time, as well as competition. That's what they're paying for. Why shouldn't I provide a service what the parents want?
I know, Annette, you were saying we do have pageants here in Ireland. I think the American style is that little bit different, is it not?
All pageants are basically the same. Again, we accommodate to whatever area we go to. Maybe just a little bit here and there, but all beauty pageants are just about the same.
All right, let me go to Ryan. You're on FM104. How are you, Ryan?
I'm great, thank you.
Now, Ryan, your point on this is not so much about the pageant. Well, it's more what it might do to a child if they're not successful.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's focusing on the sexual element of this, but no one is focusing on the fact that children are going to be focusing on things like their weight at an age where they should be just worrying about going out and playing with their friends. They shouldn't be worrying about, oh, I didn't win a contest because, oh, that girl's thinner than me. Maybe I should lose some weight, you know?
Okay, and that's a very realistic concern. That, I mean, somebody said, I think it was that lady Sinead was saying that it did wonders for her daughter's self-confidence, but possibly because her daughter was winning everything around her. What about the kids that don't?
Well, you're going to compete in life. You're going to compete for a husband. You're going to compete for a wife. You're going to compete for a job. It is up to that parent to teach, what would happen if you lose or do not lose. I have never believed in the aspect of everybody wins. You don't. Not everybody wins. So it's up to the parent to keep it in a positive aspect.
Okay, but is there not a downside to this? That, like that lady was saying, her daughter did wonders for her self-confidence, but obviously it did because she was winning. Now, and I do take your point that in life we are competing all the time and whatever. But is this not the wrong sort of thing to have children competing in? Based on their looks and their performances and whatever.
Of course not. If a child doesn't win, you have to remember with the Universal Royalty Beauty Pageant, the majority of our contestants are kids. We're not going to say because you didn't win, you're not beautiful. That's ridiculous. Well,
but Annette, by inference, is not winning saying that.
Yeah.
Come on now, let me finish. What we would say is you didn't win this time, but let us find out what you need to do in order
Exactly.
to win.
What you need to change about yourself to make you win next time.
Will you let me finish? Do we need to fine-tune your modeling skills? Do we need to teach you more sociable skills to be able to answer the interview question? Do we need to give you a better dress? It's not about facial beauty.
We're not focusing on the interview thing. I think that's quite good. I do agree with that. But you were saying, I want to tackle your point about the competition for a man and marriage. That's when you're 18, when you're actually mentally capable of competition in that way. At 5 and 6, you should not be worrying about your looks, your tan, your weight of your stomach. You should be worrying about playing with dolls, just having a good time with your friends.
But my kids did play with dolls. They also read books up until they were 4 years old, and they told me they didn't want to compete in pageants. Now, listen, my mom made us, me and my brothers and sisters, practice the piano every single day, paid for millions of dollars of piano lessons, wanted to have the best piano singing group in the world. And that made me so mad because I enjoyed playing the piano, but I hated it because she made me do it. And that's why when my kids told me, I said, you know what, I'm never going to be a stage mother. And I tell every parent that. If you waste your money and time trying to make a child do something they don't want to, you know what, get out of here. You're not wanted here. You let them go do what they want to do. If they want to play in the dirt, that's absolutely fine. If they want to compete in Irish dancing, let them do that.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't have to say it to a child that you want them to do something, but if they feel that that's what you want, they'll want to do it anyway.
Yeah? You know, I kind of agree with you somewhat, but with my upbringing, my mom has always told me, listen, you make sure if you don't want to do something, although she didn't take her own advice, later on in life, you know, if you don't want to do something, then go to something else. I mean, it's not a big deal, seriously. Go to whatever makes you feel happy, and why don't you have confidence in the parents that want to do this with their child? Come on now, seriously. I don't like golf. As a matter of fact, I think golf is boring. However, my husband loves it, and I wouldn't want to go to a golf tournament and say, okay, I can't stand golf, and let me protest it, and let me say you're ridiculous and you're stupid for hitting the ball.
Okay, that's the completely different things you're talking about here, Annette. I want to read a text. I want to read a text here to you that's just come in. 53104, by the way, is our text number. Adrian, I'm literally just finished comforting a friend who made herself sick again, having suffered with bulimia for over a year. I'm also trying to stop her cutting the words fat into her legs. This is all due to the way she was brought up around all this stuff. It's disgusting, and it will destroy a child in the long term.
That's somebody that has an issue that needs to be dealt with. Are you blaming pageants because of that? That's crazy. Come on now. Seriously.
Do you not believe that pageants like this can have this effect on people, that they want to be skinny, they want to be beautiful?
I am not even understanding it. It completely has went over my head. Why would you blame pageants in reference to someone that has issues already?
Okay.
That is crazy.
Go on, Ryan.
What is the definition of beauty? That's the thing, you know? What's beautiful to one person might not be beautiful to another person. So if you're holding up an idol in front of someone and saying, this girl is the most beautiful, this model is the most beautiful, then the girl doesn't look.
Let me ask you this, Annette. When it comes to your pageant here in Ireland, how are the children judged?
Different sections: modeling, personality, interview, talent, and facial beauty.
And who are the judges?
Credible judges as part of Universal has been around with me for 18 years.
Okay, so it's a panel of judges that you bring with you.
Yes.
All right, let me go to David. You're on FM104. How are you, David?
How are you, Adrian? Yeah, well.
Grand, thanks, David. Now, what did you want to say on this?
Now, I just want to start by saying that whoever this woman is you have online, she's an absolute nut job.
Why?
This is crazy.
What does that mean?
I can't believe people are even talking about this. I can't believe you are even discussing this. These are a bunch of 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds. Hold on, let me talk for a second. Hold on there for a second. Hold on, you've been shushing everybody all day now, right? Hold on a second.
Yeah, I agree with you.
5 and 6-year-olds, you are putting on television.
Nobody said anything about television.
But I
don't know. I assume this isn't going to be televised, is it?
No.
Well, no, maybe not this one exact pageant, but what I'm saying is that it is televised, these shows. You're televising and making money off 5-year-olds dressing up in skimpy outfits and
competitions. You televise ballet. You televise Little League.
How can you come? No, hold on, sorry. Hold on, sorry.
On the field.
We're talking about Ireland here. We don't have Little League and all this on telly, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm using the U.S. as an example.
Well, you can stop using US because obviously over there you'd like to just show anything you can to make money, even if it means making money off your own kids. Yous are disgusting. Yous actually are disgusting, like.
Thank you very much for your compliment.
Now, well, hang on, David. Let me ask you this. It would appear, from what Annette is telling me, that there has been huge interest from Irish parents wanting their kids to take part in this. You heard the reaction of that lady a while ago whose daughter takes part in pageants, and when Annette invited her to come to the show, she was delighted. Now, what do you think of that?
I think they should all be locked up. It's literally...
come on, now. You can hardly lock people up.
I do. I honestly think that, Adrian. I'm sorry, but it's...
You want a parent...
Hold on a second. You are not talking about putting your 5-year-old girls into princess... No, hold on a second. Shh, for a minute. You're not talking about putting princesses out there and for people to say how cute they are. You're talking about putting them in swimsuits. Right, seriously. How can you condone that? How can you condone that? What is wrong with your head? What is wrong with your head?
What is wrong with your head?
What is wrong with my head?
Yes.
I would never ever try to make money off my kids. I would never try to make money off my kids.
Good. That is great. Now,
let me ask you, now, talking of making money, what does a child who takes part in the pageant and is successful and perhaps wins, what do they get?
We have beautiful, gorgeous, huge 6-foot trophies. Every single contestant that enters the pageant receives a good luck goodie bag full of toys and gifts as a thank you just for entering the pageant. We have gorgeous, beautiful rhinestone crowns. We have roses. Oh, my God, we have so many gifts and toys and teddy bears. And you know what? If you're interested in competing, visit universalroyalty.com so we can get you started.
And but hang on, here's the thing, David. From what she has told me, there is huge interest from Ireland. Huge. Now, what does that say to you?
I say that it's spreading like a fucking disease. That's what I'd say.
Parents want their kids to take part in these.
They do.
The lot of them need to be slapped.
Why? Just because they want to enjoy a hobby with their child?
Why? Okay, right, hold on. Okay, let's be serious for a second. Why can you not just possibly have something that's to do with the kids having a good time and just looking like maybe, let's say, princesses from their favourite shows or something? Why does it have to be in swimsuits? What is the attraction to them being in swimsuits?
I didn't.
But the argument is, what is the problem with swimsuits either?
The size. No, I'm sorry, Adrian, hold on a second. Adrian.
Yes, go on.
Be straightforward here, right? If you go to an Ireland beach, right, with your kids.
Yeah.
I'd say a good 85% of them kids are in little onesies or something like that because that's what kids are in. They're not meant to be in swimsuits, showing their belly, and they're not meant to be in these things.
They're not meant to be a swimsuit at a beach?
No, I'm not saying they're meant to be in a swimsuit, but I'm saying they don't need to be in a bikini. They're 5.
And I totally agree with you. You don't need to be in a bikini.
And she doesn't have them. They're not in bikinis in her show. Okay, let me just bring in one last call. Aoife, you're on FM104. How are you, Aoife?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very quickly, Aoife, what did you want to say on this?
Just everybody, bar that lady Sinead that's called in, is giving out about them and, saying it's terrible and abusing that poor woman. And everybody's saying that in the US that they wear skimpy clothes and all this, but nobody's looking at disco dancing in Dublin, because in disco dancing they're giving out about bikinis. They wear less than bikinis. They get tanned up to their eyeballs. They wear fake eyelashes, more makeup than the kids in the pageants would wear. And kids like as young as 4 and 5 do disco dancing, and no one's giving it. Everybody's just being a hypocrite then talking about the pageants.
Well, David's not there. So you think that this people are unfairly highlighting just the negatives here? That there are other ways in which kids are showing off more flesh, or whatever way you want to look at it.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with the pageants. I think if kids want to do it, let them do it. But everybody is abusing that lady and saying that, in America you do this, in America you do that. But in disco dancing is the exact same. They probably wear more tan than they do in pageants. They wear less clothes. They wear more makeup, more hairspray than anything. And then they're saying it's been televised. But sure, there was a show on disco dancing recently, and they were saying that that first girl you had rang in said that they're not being judged on their looks in Irish dancing. But on the programme about disco dancing, they said that they're being they're being judged on their dancing and their looks. So it's just hypocritical what everybody else is saying.
All right, look, I'm way out of time on this. We've really overrun much more than we had planned to discuss on this. But Annette, like I said, you say that there is huge interest in it. How do people find out if they want to find out? They don't have to, obviously. How do people find out more information if they want to?
Please visit our website, universalroyalty.com. Hit the contact button, and we will send you information about the pageant. And I truly thank you for having me on your show. And please call me again, because I had a very good, wonderful, healthy conversation. And just remember, everybody has their opinion, whether you agree with it or not. That's why we're able to talk about it today.
Thanks very much indeed, Annette. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There you go. Her name is Annette Hill. The organisation is American Beauty Pageant, Universal Royal Beauty Pageants. And if you want to log on to our Facebook page, you'll find the link which brings you directly to their website. Nobody's forcing you to do it. It's freedom of choice and all of that. But if you want to find out about their beauty pageant, which they have scheduled to take place here in Ireland in November, just log on to our Facebook page and you will see the link there for those of you who are interested.